welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So a while back, I did a review on the HP Pavilion 32Q 2K monitor, which was an upgrade from my previous HP 23-inch monitor, which I have right behind me. And so at that time, I was saying that this was the best budget 2K monitor out there. And now that I've had tons of time to use this and spending thousands of hours in front of this screen, I wanted to give you an update on this. And so today I'm going to be going over the main categories that I use my monitor for, giving you some of the pros, any cons, and just my overall user experience, and then coming to the conclusion of whether or not this is still the best budget 2K monitor out there. So let's go ahead and start off with the first area that I think everybody can relate with, and that is just daily use. Now, whenever I upgraded from my 23-inch IPS display up to this 32-inch LED QHD screen, it was definitely a huge difference. It wasn't just the size, but just the resolution, the overall color, the quality, all of those things immediately made things a lot better. But then when I thought about the overall screen real estate, whenever I'm using a lot of different applications, I have spreadsheets open, documents, a variety of different browsers, applications, editing programs, you name it. I normally have a lot of things going on whenever I am working and using my machine on a daily basis. And whenever I moved over to this 32-inch screen, it just really made everything so much easier. Because of this much larger screen, I no longer had to really take time to focus on something or feel like I was limited by the amount of things that I could have. Because even though a 23-inch screen is pretty good, when you go up to 32-inch screen, it's just simply better because you just have so much more room to work with. And I never felt that whole sense of being cluttered, whereas before, if I had too many windows or too many applications open, it would just cause a lot of problems overall. It would slow things down, and it just really made it hard sometimes for me to figure out where I'm at. And I didn't really realize how big of a problem this was until I made the move from a 23-inch display up to a 32-inch display. So the first and most important thing, your everyday work, what you're using your monitor for, I think this is great at this size. It just gives you so much more space to work with, and in a way that doesn't feel too big and too overwhelming. Like sometimes you could go past 32 inches and then it's like watching a humongous TV, and that doesn't always work for everyday use. And so the second and probably biggest area of improvement is content creation. Specifically video editing, because that's what I really use my machine for, but it also improves things whenever you're doing photo editing, audio editing, 3D rendering, publishing. You get the point. If you love creating content, then having a bigger screen is going to improve your overall workflow. And whenever I was using my 23-inch display, it was pretty good, because before that I was using my laptop, which was a nightmare. But then when I upgraded to this 32-inch screen, wow, I was like, why didn't I do this sooner? Because if you've ever done any type of video editing, it's just a pain if you have to move over from one side of your editor to another. You're trying to scrub through your videos, you're trying to add different effects, you're trying to manage all these different things at once. And the smaller the screen, the more painful things become. And most importantly, it affects your overall workflow. The time that you spend scrolling back and forth, the time that you spend trying to figure out where things are at, and just the overall experience. If you spend like tons of hours in front of the screen editing or creating content, it could simply be a nightmare if you're doing this on a much smaller screen. So whenever I had this 32-inch screen, I felt like my creativity just opened up to a whole new world. Things got a lot better. My workflow was faster, and I didn't really get this whole sense of being cramped, and also at the same time being frustrated with having to constantly move things around so then I could see things as I am creating and editing my videos. And this really encompasses any area of content creation. I really feel like the bigger screens you could have, at least in reasonable terms, the better, because the more ways in which you can improve what you can see, the better your overall time is whenever you need to produce content. And so the third thing that I use my monitor for is, of course, gaming. Now, I myself, I'm not a serious gamer. Most of what I do is casual gaming, especially retro games. Now, I do play modern games through services like Steam, and whenever I upgraded to the 32-inch monitor, everything was just more awesome. And it didn't matter if I was playing a first-person shooter, an open-world game, platformer, fighting, and of course all my old arcade retro games. Everything is just so much better. The 2K resolution was really sharp. The color fidelity and the overall visual quality were just great. And just by playing this on a 32-inch screen, it just expanded my whole world of gaming. It made things more enjoyable. And at the same time, I didn't really have to strain my eyes when trying to play a game as I did when I was playing this on my 23-inch monitor, and worse yet with my laptop. And so if you are somebody who is a casual gamer, I think this is going to be an amazing experience, and you're not going to have many things to complain about whenever you are playing this on a 32-inch screen. For fast website hosting and top-notch customer service and features, check out Siteground, the preferred service used at geekoutdoors.com. For more information, check out the affiliate link in the description area below. And so the final thing that I use my monitor for is watching content. Now, I myself don't personally own a television, so all of my content consumption before was done on my 23-inch display, and even though it was good, it wasn't great. Because whenever I would be watching a movie on this, I was constantly reminded that I'm watching this on a computer monitor. So whenever I made the switch over to this 32-inch QHD display, everything just got so much better, and I felt like I was really going to enjoy this movie, television show, whatever it is, much more because it is on a bigger screen. And even though 32 inches isn't big when you put it in the whole television world, for somebody like myself who uses this as their computer display and television, this is a great sweet spot to where you're still going to enjoy your movies, shows, and other streaming services on a bigger screen, but at the same time, it's not going to be so huge that you can't use this as your normal computer display every single day. And so those are all of my thoughts on the 32-inch QHD, all the main pros that I could see. And if I had to think about the cons, I would say if you're somebody who is a serious gamer where you need high refresh rates, really small latencies, then this is not going to be the monitor for you. And also if you are a professional content creator where you need really great color accuracy and control, then this might also not be the monitor for you. But I think for everybody else, this is still the best budget 2K monitor out there. I just don't think you could get something else that's better at this price range. And at the same time, for the quality that you're getting out of this and the overall experience, and also the benefits that you're getting for everything from daily use, content creation, gaming, watching content, it's just going to be so much better than you using a smaller monitor. And then at this size of 32 inches, I think it's just big enough to make things workable in terms of having this as your main display, but at the same time, not so huge where just having it in front of your face is going to be really bad if you're using something like a television as your monitor, where that really doesn't work out well unless you are really far away from your television. And so those are my overall thoughts on the HP 32Q QHD 2K monitor. If you had any of your own thoughts on this monitor or any other budget monitors that you enjoyed using, be sure to leave that in the comments area below. And if you want to see my original review of this monitor, I'll leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Hey geeks, if you are a creative geek like me and you wanted to learn how to create content on YouTube and other places on the internet, then check out my Go Content Creators group, where you'll get access to additional videos and content for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part of it is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Go Content Creators group. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side.